maybe go back to just before the pandemic. I took a look at the Auditor General's report in Ontario in 2019, right before the pandemic, because it happened to the auditors happened to turn her sights on the courts. And she noted that pre-pandemic, in the months before the pandemic, 96% of all documents filed in Ontario courts were filed in paper. And that, I think, in one statistic gives you the picture in Ontario, which I'm now hearing was not really different in much of the rest of the country. We had many processes that were used virtual technology, bail hearings, et cetera, but it was really the pandemic that changed everything for us. I've been on it's and the fact that everything is still in paper is somewhat hard to understand, because many of you, some of the older folks at least, will remember that back in the mid 1990s, 1996, Ontario had an integrated justice project. There were 220 some people working on Bay Street in a specific building that was set to fully digitize and modernize what we do in the justice sector for criminal, civil, family. And that was one project, a massive project that didn't succeed. There were others. I've been unfortunately part of all of those, either as a lawyer or then shortly thereafter as a judge. And I could tell you there's a history of failed stop and starts for many, many reasons. That'd be a much longer story, but it's not for lack of trying. Having said that, since I do have that overview, having been at that table, I can tell you that 90% of the technology change in Ontario's courts have happened since March. That March pandemic was identified within the last 2 years, and really within the last 18 months.